I am so pleased to be here today doing this webinar on how to stay present, connected, calm, relaxed, and make anxiety really a thing of the past. I think that is like the best thing, really and truly. And if you can get one or two useful things out of the 25 minutes today, I will be exceptionally happy and pleased. So just to overview what I'm going to cover, I'm going to talk about 3 developmental levels in the brain. And these are important in understanding how we're programmed, patterned to respond, react to situations that are threatening to us. And this in turn creates some anxiety and sometimes ongoing anxiety. I'm also going to cover 4 or 5 tools to help you stay calm, relaxed, and really in sync with your own wise higher mind. We'll call it that. So let's start with the developmental levels of the brain. The initial level is called the reptilian brain. And the reptilian brain is really responsible for keeping the lights on in the house. It is the autonomic nervous system. We don't have to think about how fast we're breathing. We don't have to think about our circulatory system. There's a lot of things that go on in the background behind the curtain, and that is really our autonomic or reptilian brain that's doing that for us. The next level up is the mammalian brain. And the importance of the mammalian brain is, well, that's the warm, fuzzy puppy dog part of the brain. That helps us connect with our environment, with ourselves, and with our close others. So it is a developmental step up, definitely from that reptilian brain. And part of this bit of the brain, or this bit of development, is called the amygdala. And the amygdala, not that the name is important, but you might as well know it, is that part that really is on alert for anything that's going to reward us, yummy things, yes, or things that threaten the areas of our lives that are important to us. So it relies on all the information that's coming in. It relies on previous experience that's stored in the brain. And it acts instantaneously through hormones that it can have secreted into the blood system. Basically, it's adrenaline and the corticosteroids. So, once this gets triggered, then no amount of thinking is going to sort of shut it off, because it is a mechanism really for self-preservation, and we don't really want to shut it off, but we want to be in sync with this level of the brain so that we can decide at the next level up, the neocortex, we can decide when it needs to be shut off. If, of course, we're about to be hit by a car, we need to move. So we need this system. We don't want it turned off. But if, in fact, every time the boss asks to see us or our spouse says, can we talk about something, we start to secrete these hormones, then we're on high alert too much of the time. And we call this anxiety. We start to become anxious about, good Lord, what else is coming in today? So the importance of understanding these different brain levels is that just thinking about turning something off or changing how we feel about something doesn't in fact create that. And I would like the rubber to hit the road so that you can say to yourself, yes, my body is having a reaction. I know it's being triggered in the mammalian brain. I even know the name of the part of the brain that may be triggering this, but that's not going to help me. I need to shut that system down. So part of shutting that system down is related to the first tool we're going to talk about. and that's diaphragmatic breathing. So as soon as this system gets triggered, our breathing increases. It becomes very rapid and shallow, and that just sort of helps the system to get energy to the muscles so that we can do something. But if in fact we're not doing anything because we're just going to be having a talk either with our boss or spouse, we do not need the system going. So if the cortex comes in and it says, aha, don't need it here, then you can actually use diaphragmatic breathing to slow everything back down and to start slowing this reaction down. So let's actually just go to the practical part, which are the 5 tools that I'm going to give you. I've talked about the first one, diaphragmatic breathing. The second one that I'm going to do is a visualization that you can use with the breathing. The third one is a body scan, all right? And I'm going to actually walk you through all of these in a minute. And was that the third or the fourth one? I can't remember. But the next one is progressive muscular relaxation, which is just the contracting and the releasing, relaxing of muscles through consciously making contractions in the muscles and then consciously releasing them using your breathing in tandem. And the last thing we're going to do is just a safe place that you can go to, that you create for yourself from your memories and experiences, maybe up at the cottage, in the mountains, something that really relaxes you, where you feel at peace and safe. So I'm just going to stop here, and then we will start with the actual relaxation in a second. Okay, let's start with the relaxation. I'd like you to get in a really nice, comfortable position. Either if you're at home lying on the couch or in a comfortable chair. I'd like you to close your eyes. And we're going to start by just simply becoming aware of your breathing. Just notice how the air feels as you breathe it in. I'd like you to notice where your clothes are making contact with your skin and just being aware of this. As well, I'd like you to be aware of where your body is making contact with the couch or chair and the floor. So what I'm asking you to do is to switch your focus from the outside world with the demands, the noises, the stimulation, and for the next several minutes to just focus on that inner, quiet, calm, safe space inside you. So we're going to start with some diaphragmatic breathing. I'm going to walk you through the first breath. I'm just simply going to ask you to breathe into the count of 8, hold for a second, and then exhale to the count of 8. So breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm going to ask you to take 2 more lovely, deep diaphragmatic breaths in and out, counting in your own head. I'd like you to now, for the next 2 breaths, I'd like you to imagine that you could breathe in the most amazing golden white light right from the center of the sun, breathing it into every single cell of your body to energize, rejuvenate, purify, and perfect. And on your exhalation, I'd like you to release and relax any tension in the muscles that you don't need to be holding, to release any worries, concerns, any thoughts you don't need for the next few moments. We're going to start the progressive muscular relaxation right now. And I'd like you to start with the feet. So I'd like you to actually contract the muscles of your feet, just enough so that you're actually aware of holding some tension in these muscles. And then using your breathing, I'd like you to take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, I'd like you to release and relax the contraction from the muscles in the feet. Totally let those muscles relax. We're going to work up the body now to the muscles in the calves, the calf muscles, and I'd like you to either point or flex your feet to generate some tension in the calves. Be aware that you're generating the tension. Know what it feels like as you're generating that tension. And then using your breathing, take a lovely breath in. And as you exhale, let those calf muscles totally and completely relax. The next group is a very large muscle groups. So I'm going to ask you to contract the muscles in your thighs and your glutes. And to do this, if you're seated, you can push your feet into the floor. And if you're lying down, just generate tension in the thighs and the glutes. Just enough so that you're actually aware of the contraction and what it feels like as you're generating it. So what you're doing is you're pairing the contraction with your awareness, and then pairing it again with releasing and relaxing through the exhalation. So nice breath in, and as you exhale, release and relax the tension in the thighs and in the gluteals. Moving up the body, I'd like you to contract your abdominal muscles. And to do this, you can either pull the belly button in, push it out, or just contract the ribs down towards the hips. And when you do this, you're going to find you cannot really take nice, deep diaphragmatic breaths in and out. So I'm going to ask you, do your best, generate some tension in the abdominal muscles at this moment. Take a really lovely deep breath in. And as you exhale, release and relax the abdominals totally and completely. And here I'm going to ask you to just take another lovely diaphragmatic breath in so you're really aware that when those muscles are relaxed, you can really fully breathe in and release and relax out again. So we're moving up to the hands and the arms now. So I'm going to ask you to very gently contract the muscles in the hands and your arms. So we use these limbs to reach out and really get what we need in our lives out of the world. So just a little bit of tension here so that you're aware of the holding, and then using your breathing, nice lovely breath in. And as you exhale, release and relax the fingers. Allow them to open just like petals on a flower opening in the sunlight. Release and relax the arms. Let them get a little bit heavier and more relaxed. So we're going to go up to the shoulder areas now, and I'm going to ask you to just raise the shoulders up closer to your earlobes, just a little bit. So people often hold a lot of tension in the shoulders, neck, and upper back. So I don't want you to really contract in any significant way here. Just a little bit so that you're aware of having some tension. Then taking a lovely breath in. As you exhale, release and relax that tension and allow the shoulders to drop and really drop to an even more relaxed lower position. So moving up the body, we're now going to the head area. So I'm going to ask you to imagine you could contract the scalp. I'd like you to actually contract the muscles in the forehead. Contract the muscles of the eyebrows and around the eyes. Scrunch your nose up, contract your nose, your cheeks, your lips, your jaw. Even imagine you could contract your tongue. Then take a lovely breath in. And as you exhale, release the scalp. Relax that muscle across the forehead. Let your eyebrows relax like somebody's giving you a little massage right across your eyebrows. Let the little muscles that move the eyes, let them relax. Let the nose, lips, tongue, jaw, let everything relax as totally and completely as you can. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the entire body. I'm going to ask you to contract all these muscles, starting with your feet, contracting the muscles in the feet, contracting the calves, the thighs, the glutes, your abdominals, the hands, arms, shoulders, contracting the scalp, forehead, eyebrows, eyes, nose, lips, jaw, and tongue. And then take a lovely, your best breath in. And as you exhale, release and relax your feet, relax the calves, thighs, glutes, abs. Relax your hands, arms, shoulders. Let the neck, the scalp, forehead, eyebrows, eyes, lips, nose, jaw, and tongue totally and completely relax. I'd like you to take 1 or 2 lovely diaphragmatic breaths in and out now. And I'd like you to allow the body to relax to an even deeper level, letting it sink into the bed or the chair or the couch, whatever you're on, feeling totally and completely supported. What I'd like you to do now is clear your mind's eye, almost as if it were a blackboard that you could clear off with a nice, clean, warm sponge. And I'd like you to do a body scan right now. And all that means is using your mind's eye and scanning through the different parts of your body to see if there's any extra tension that's being held in any part of the body. If there is, you're going to use your breathing and you're going to direct it to where you're holding that extra tension, and you're going to use your exhalation to release and relax that extra tension. If everything feels about the same, I'd like you to use 1 or 2 lovely deep breaths in and out and just let the body sink into a deeper level of relaxation. And the last tool we're going to use is to create that safe inner space in your mind. So it may be that you have a lovely place that you like up at your cottage, by a lake, something that you remember from childhood, or just being out in nature. And I'd like you to visualize that right now. create it as vividly as you can in your mind's eye. So the sounds that you would hear in that space, whether it be, the wind blowing through the trees or the grass or the waves on the lake or the ocean, the birds singing, the smells, whether they're lovely cooking smells or just some lovely flowers or fresh cut grass. Whatever it is that in your place helps you know you're there and helps you feel safe and relaxed. The visuals that you have, whether it's the sun coming up in the morning or going down at night's end, you want to create that space as vividly as you can in your mind's eye, because your brain does not know the difference between creating these images in the mind's eye or seeing them through your real vision. So I'd like you to be in that place, to really feel that place, and to know that you can be in that place anytime you want to throughout the day, throughout your busy day. You can actually be there. All you have to do is take some lovely breaths in, close your eyes just for a second, be there, allow your body to feel that connection with your own grounding, your own safe space, and then release and relax. So I'm just going to ask you to take one more lovely breath in, and as you exhale, I'd like you to gently open your eyes and just move your body a little bit. Just start moving around and coming back into this place and this space in time. So I'm hoping that you've been able to follow along with me, and I'm hoping that you've gotten one or two tools that you can use to stay connected, grounded, and really relaxed.